What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven, and today I want to do a comprehensive long-term ownership review of the Razer Nari Ultimates, the best gaming headphones I not only have owned, but ever tested or used. Let's get it. Alrighty guys, over here at the Stormtrooper desktop, as always. Now, I've had the Razer Nari Ultimates for a little bit over a year now. I have a initial impression slash unboxing review that I did ages ago when I was in the hotel in Texas for 3 months. That was a good time. Anyway, if you want to see all the contents of the box and all that good stuff and the whole unboxing process, you can watch that video. There's a link in the description below. But this is a long-term review. All of my thoughts over the last year, most of which are pretty damn positive. So when looking at any kind of gaming peripherals such as controllers, headphones, keyboards, mice, etc., three very important things are software support, so the feature integration between the hardware and the software, comfort, so how comfortable and ergonomic is it in your hand, on your ears, etc., and then also build quality and long-term durability. These are pretty expensive products. Are they going to last in the long term? And the answer to all three of those with the Nari Ultimate is yes, yes, and fuck yes. So for the software suite, it's just that, pretty darn sweet. We're going to hop over to my screen here so I can go through the Razer Synapse 3 app, which controls all of my Razer products, and show you the goods. Alrighty guys, over here on my PC as you can see, and I have the Razer Synapse 3 application open here. I also have a Razer mouse, but that's currently not the one I'm using. But you see my keyboard and my headphones here. Now what you can do, depending on how many Razer devices you have, is you can have the entire ecosystem set up to where all of your visual chroma effects are basically coordinated and synced up between all your devices. So you can have it like fading through the color spectrum across your keyboard, to your mouse, to your Razer speakers if you have them, your headphone stand, your headphones. They have a ton of accessories and peripherals, and I'm a bit of a Razer fanboy because they make really solid products, especially for the price point. Now I have used a lot of other products such as Logitech and Corsair, and those are really great too, but me personally, I've had great experiences with Razer thus far. Alright, so over here in the Razer software suite, it's called Synapse. This will control all your Razer devices. You have quite a few tabs here for the headphones. Now, first of all, sound. You can have it in stereo, but it also has a virtual 7.1 surround, which is very, hit or miss with headphone systems because you just have two speakers, so it's very challenging for manufacturers to simulate 7.1 or even 5.1 surround sound through headphones. But I will say, of all the headphones I have tested ever, which has been probably dozens, these simulate surround sound the best. You can do an actual test here that'll have a helicopter going around your head, and you can clearly hear what's in front of you, what's behind you. Now, part of that is because these are very large drivers. I believe they're 45 or 50 millimeter. I'll have that pop up on screen in just a minute. And also the frequency range is very good. I used to produce audio. I used to make beats and instrumentals back in the day. And I have a little bit of experience with, frequency tones and stuff like that. So this can hit very, very low frequencies very accurately. The mids are very strong and very accurate. And then the highs, the treble is very crisp, very clean, and very pingy. Very responsive, very nice headphones. They definitely, whether you're doing music, movies, or gaming, this is going to be fantastic sound quality. So on the headphones itself, what you do is you turn up the volume on your PlayStation or your PC to the maximum volume, and then you are able to use the two scrolling wheels on the side to adjust your in-game volume, as well as a balance between your game and chat, which is really nice. Speaking of chat, you have a flexible microphone here, which as you see is illuminated with a red ring right now as I am muted. There is a mute button on the headphones themselves, which is very nice. Over here in the mixer, you can set up what applications use stereo, what use surround. This is THX quality surround sound, so it's not just some generic shit. It's Dolby and THX certified. Over here in enhancements, you have bass boost. I leave that off because I don't want any generic artificial bass pumped in. I just go off the natural drivers. Sound normalization, to leave that off as well. That makes it to where if there's a loud gunshot or explosion, it lowers the sound and levels it all out. I want the simulation of loud things being loud and quiet things being quiet, so I leave that off. Voice clarity, also leave that off. That boost the mids a little bit to where if you're watching a movie or game dialogue, you get a little bit more accurate vocals, but I haven't had an issue with that off. Now this is the pièce de résistance here, haptic intensity. These are the only headphones out there, to my knowledge, that have this. There are vibration motors built into here, which give you haptic feedback on your ears. So basically it vibrates very intensely. See, I have mine at 40% here. If you're at 100, I mean, it's jarring. If there's a gunshot or explosion that goes off around you, it's rattling your skull. So I usually leave it between 30 and 40, depending on the game. And that makes it to where it's not vibrating for, like, you know, footsteps and stuff like that. But if something, like I said, an explosion goes off, you get that nice rumble on your heads. It's not overpowering. It's just very immersive. It definitely adds a layer of immersion between the controller vibrating and the headphones. And, you know, it's very immersive to get you in the game. Also, depending on where that sound is coming from, the left or right driver, or both, will vibrate. So it gives you good situational awareness. If there's gunshots off to the left and you might not be able to pinpoint the sound, you'll actually feel, okay, that vibration's coming from the left. So great situational awareness for online multiplayer. All right, over here in the EQ or equalizer tab, you obviously have all these different default presets here. You can also customize them yourself. And I usually just leave it in game because it perks up the bass and the treble just a skosh. Mids are pretty flat, but it sounds pretty darn good as is. You have your battery indicator over here, which is really nice. And something I will mention, there's two different versions of this headset. There's one, they both work on PC, but one will work with Xbox wirelessly, one will work with PS4 wirelessly. Now, these are the PS4 versions, so it's really great for me. I have a PS4 in my bedroom. My wife goes to sleep or whatever. She's reading a book. I can pop these on, watch YouTube, movies, or game it up, which is really awesome. Just really nice being able to have these available for the PS4 and then come into the office here and play on my PC, which is great because that's where I do most of my like serious competitive multiplayer gaming, do my casual console gaming in the bedroom or in the living room, as I think most people do. Speaking of connectivity and how that works, there's actually an integrated slot here. As you see, it's removed, but it sits flush with the controller. You just push in and it clips out a little USB 3.0 dongle, very small little flush mount dongle that you plug into your console or your PC, and that's how you get that wireless connectivity. Very easy. You have microphone adjustment here, your mic volume, sensitivity, so if you have a mechanical keyboard or a loud controller where there's clicks in the background, you can go ahead and reduce the sensitivity. That way you have to hit a certain volume threshold for it to even start picking up on the mic. And then side tone over here basically lets you monitor your vocals, your voice recording, so that way you make sure that everything sounds good. All right, we have some enhancement modes here. You have normalization, which just like the input for the drivers, this is for your mic. It's going to basically level out sudden loud noises, so pops on your P's, or you know, if there's a loud thing that goes on in your room, it's not going to blow out your chat and hurt everyone's ears. You have ambient noise reduction, which basically clears up a little bit of your, it filters out ambient noise. So if you have a fan on or something in the background. And then voice clarity isolates and increases the volume of the vocal range. So the normal human voice, you know, hits a certain frequency range and that gets boosted up for your vocals. All right, these are your RGB chroma lighting effects here. I leave the brightness on full usually. You can turn them off completely to save battery life if you want. When the display is turned off, I do have them turn off to save juice. You have about 5 or 6 default effects that can ripple through the spectrum or pulsate or have a static color or whatever. Then you have advanced effects, which coordinate with your other Razer devices, and you can customize these in the Chroma Studio, which is really cool. You can have, you know, up to, I don't think there's a limit. You can have several devices all coordinated with each other, which is really nice. Then over here for power, I leave the power saving on and I have it turn off after 15 minutes of inactivity. So if no audio is coming through the drivers, they shut off. So speaking of battery life, the battery life is okay. If you have the lighting on and the haptic feedback motors, from my experience, you're probably going to get about 6 to 8 hours of continuous use, which isn't great, but I mean, that's a good session of gaming. There is no way to have external batteries that you can swap in and out, so you're just set with the one battery. So keep that in mind. Keep them plugged up and charged up so they are ready to go. So build quality is really solid. This is mostly plastic. There's a little bit of aluminum up here on this auto adjust band, which is a cool little feature. You don't have to physically adjust it. You just put it on your head. Depending on your noggin size, it will automatically adjust. I have a small cranium, so that's pretty nice there. Padding, absolutely amazing. This is kind of a soft microfiber mesh material, and it has very good perforation, airs your ears out so they don't get hot or sweaty under heavy use. They're also very soft, very comfortable. I've worn these for hours with no discomfort, which is really nice. They also swivel, so that way you can rest them around your neck. Pretty cool little feature. Like I said, the microphone is flexible, retracts when you're not using it, and it has a mute button built onto the headset itself. You have your volume on the right here, you have your game and chat mix right there, power button, a micro USB charge port, and then a 3.5mm headphone jack if you do want to go wired. That is an option, so very nice. Like I said, build quality feels really solid. This top headband also mesh, so you won't sweat much, and it's also very well padded. So all in all, build quality and comfort, I mean, 10 out of 10. So as far as like long-term durability, I've dropped these a few times, unfortunately. No issues whatsoever, and even if you do, Razer has really good customer support, so I'm sure they would help you out a little bit, obviously within the realm of reason, as long as you're not using these like a Frisbee or something like that. But man, just between the comfort, the awesome software integration with my existing Razer products, and the fact that these are so immersive with that haptic feedback, it's super accurate too. Like I said, it can pinpoint where the vibration's coming from, and you get different types of vibration too. Like gunshots would be like quick little vibration bursts, maybe an explosion would be like a long, drawn out vibration that fades from like one side to the other. It's just really immersive, and it adds another layer of basically just game integration and immersion. So best headphones I have ever owned. These are fantastic. Now, they're clearly gaming headphones, so you're probably not going to wear these out to the gym or anything like that, because they got RGB and this auto adjust head strap and stuff like that. So I have another Bluetooth headphone, the Skull Crushers, that I use for like my gym stuff, or jogging, whatever. These don't really leave the house, but hey, for in the house, for gaming and for multimedia, these are just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about them, and I don't want to start rambling on. So I think I'm going to cut the video here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.